Welcome in, fans, to the KSL Sports Game of the Week, live from Pleasant View High School, the sunny side of Pleasant Grove High School. We're waiting for that sun to go down, and it certainly will as the day goes on. I'm your host, Tim Haslam, joined by my co-host, Steve Heyman. Steve, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here and watch some Utah County lacrosse today.
No better place to be than right here tonight, folks. We have the Lehi Pioneers coming across town, entering this game 4-2, taking on the Pleasant Grove Vikings at 5-1. 3 losses total between these teams by a total of 3 goals. Steve, I'm looking for a great game tonight.
I think we're in for a good one here. I think this is going to be highly contested. There's some great players on both sides, so I think we're in for a good one.
Those 2 losses for Lehi, 8-7 to Riverton, and then 9-8 to Timpanogos in overtime. One of Pleasant Grove's victories was against Timpanogos in overtime. So, again, on paper, these 2 teams look as evenly matched as they come.
Yeah, both teams are coming in about 12 goals per game on average and allowing about, 5 to 7. So, like we talked about here, I think we're going to see some good lacrosse tonight.
That's right. Leading the Pleasant Grove Vikings, Quinn Lawrence, 21 goals, 10 assists on the season for Lehi. Reed Nilsson, 25 goals, 8 assists. Was looking at his Max Preps profile earlier, preparing for this. Also a stout linebacker, defensive player on the football team. You got to love to see those dual sport athletes.
I love it. I think it's great for the sport to get these kids out and having multiple sports behind you. I think it just adds for more electric athletes on the field here for lacrosse in Utah.
And as the teams line up here at midfield, we will do our best to get a grasp on those Lehi jerseys. With the sun in our eyes, it's a little tricky to see those numbers. It is getting better as the night progresses, which is a good thing. As you see the officials laying down the law here early, we get the goalie handshakes and then the position handshakes before we are underway from Pleasant Grove High School here for the KSL Sports Game of the Week.
All right. I'm excited to see Quinn Lawrence, number 9 for Pleasant Grove offensively. I think he's dynamic and he's got 31 points on the year. So
face-off win there by Lehi. They're going to take control of this one early, but good defense by Pleasant Grove. Ball is still loose as the jitters enter the players and look to see who can settle here. Great stick check there. Deegan Ash, the junior, will look to see if he can make a big impact here tonight for the Pleasant Grove defense.
Yeah, let's see what Lehi settles in offensively, kind of settle into early games, see if they can get a flow going early.
And depending on how you count your numbers, looking at a 1-4-1, I guess either way you count your numbers, it's a 1-4-1.
I'm used to going from the top down, but I have friends that are adamant that you go from X up.
So. Oh, yeah. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way, but I am also a top-down kind of guy. Lehi with the good possession here, starting the ball from X. Good double team.
Great double.
And Pleasant Grove coming away with it. That's Derek Brinton. Tricky pass there, though, to the defender. And Lehi with the tough ride. They're going to retain the ball.
I'd love to see that jump double there from Pleasant Grove, turns his back and sends it. It would create the turnover, but it's
just great coaching there. You're right. When they're coached when the offensive player turns their back to go and double. See that a lot in the NBA as well, as the ball actually did go back to Pleasant Grove. Early jitters for the referee here tonight as well.
Looks like Lehi's actually in a 10-man here.
Gotta love a 10-man.
Oh, yeah. Let's see how Pleasant Grove's going to handle that clearing, because struggling so far with it.
10-mans can be tricky. It does open you up, though, to a goalie goal, which I'd love to see, as we see a Pleasant Grove fast break. Takes it himself, shot, and a goal. That's number 22, Blake Platt, the senior, getting his first goal of the night.
Yeah. We're going to see here, just in transition, creates the turnover, just one-on-one, takes it himself, able to bury it in the back of the net and get up 1-0.
So the Pleasant Grove Vikings taking this early 1-0 lead. As we see Miles Cox come out to the face-off X for Pleasant Grove.
That is the tricky thing about the 10-man is it can leave you vulnerable to, if it's broken, those fast break opportunities, and they can come back and bite you if you're not careful.
That's right. It was broken really upfield too, right around that 50-yard line. And so the further that ball gets down the field, the harder it is to recover on those 10-mans. So definitely something we'll want to watch as this game progresses. Lehi, though, winning the first two faceoffs in this one so far. We'll see if they can get some offensive possession. Good defense last time by Pleasant Grove to get the takeaway on the double.
The big long dodge here out of that 1-4-1. Get some action popping off that high crease, getting up top. See what they can generate here.
Nice little move there to get inside, but great save. Rebound. We're going to have a block in the crease going the way of the Viking. 9:19 left in this first quarter. I'll do my best to update you with the time as this one progresses. Good play there by Pleasant Grove to get it across. Triple teamed. Still in the Vikings zone, and that ball is still on the turf as the shadows start to creep in. Going to have a push on Lehi. Going to go to Pleasant Grove.
Let's see. Pleasant Grove's going to get their first true offensive look here. I like to see kind of what kind of set they come out in and how they choose to attack this Lehi defense.
There's Lawrence with the ball. He's going to skip it. Great shot. Bounces just wide. That's number 50, Spencer Schultz, the midi. Great look there by Pleasant Grove. Just goes wide. Ball's on the turf. Great defensive play. Again, as the night progresses, those numbers on the Lehi jerseys will get a little easier to read. Looks like, though, that was number 29.
A turnover in and out of the crease, so Pleasant Grove's going to retain possession here.
8:31 left in this first quarter. Both teams with really two possessions. Pleasant Grove able to capitalize on a fast break opportunity on a broken 10-man.
Like to see some more movement from some of these other offensive players for Pleasant Grove as they look to set up their dodge here from X on a shorty.
Hepworth with the ball from X. Good look, cross crease. Oh, and he finds Lawrence, who gets the goal.
Great find here for Pleasant Grove. Just able to draw one from across the crease as he sneaks on that back door. Able to handle the pass and tiptoe across the crease and finish here. Great look for Pleasant Grove as they look to feed that inside after drawing one.
So the Vikings with the early 2-0 lead here. Lehi has won, though, the 3 faceoffs now that we've had. 2 faceoffs is the third. And Pleasant Grove will come away with that. That's Cox. He's got a full head of steam. Great ball movement here by the Vikings. Oh, shot and a goal. That's Liam Stott, the senior attackman, on the fast break goal.
Just right out of the face-off, able to draw one, just an easy tic-tac-toe right in there as it's just a 4v3 fast break that he's able to finish there on the near side pipe.
Excellent play there by Stott. Catching it there at GLE. You know, Steve, typically you like to see them maybe take 1-2 more steps towards the middle, but
a little bit better angle.
In this case, it worked. All is well.
Yep, I'd like to see him maybe coming upfield just slightly.
Yep.
Finishing towards the middle there.
Hard to criticize a goal, but just a little bit of feedback from a couple old guys here in the booth as Pleasant Grove wins it again. They're going to do it again. Looks to go near side, and that's not there as that's taken away by Lehi.
Would have liked to see him take maybe a little bit more and draw that defenseman out before he dished that off there, or even maybe take a shot himself.
Absolutely. Nothing better than a fast break pole goal. We'll likely see a few of those tonight as Lehi turns the ball away, but great ride as that one is still loose. Pleasant Grove coming away with it. He's gonna shoot it. Oh, and that looked like a shot from our angle. Ended up checking up. Lawrence coming down with it though. So he looks to initiate here as Pleasant Grove gets the offensive personnel on the field. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Pleasant Grove with the 3-0 lead over the visiting Lehi Pioneers. Lehi coming in this one 4-2. Pleasant Grove 5-1 as we have a shot and a goal. That's number 11, Miles Doman, his 13th of the year, first of the night.
Great look here as he sweeps across the top, is able to draw one and just sneaks it past, right past the slide, right before he gets there, and bears that backside corner. I love that shot. Good look there. If you're Lehi, you've got to be quicker to get him off his angle and disrupt that dodge a little bit more.
Yeah, the Lehi defense looking a little sluggish so far in this one. So you'd like to see maybe some quicker slides, a little bit more energy as this game progresses. If they want to slow down this Pleasant Grove attack.
Pleasant Grove's actually had a couple of guys open on the crease there. Lehi's going to have to fix that here as they come out with this face-off win.
That's Delfinich, the Lehi face-off guy, coming into this game 63%. Has been effective so far. It's just been getting it down the attack in those middies where Lehi has really struggled. And credit to the Pleasant Grove defense, really coming out, pressuring, causing issues for the Pioneers.
We're going to look to play a little two-man game up here up top. Not able to generate much, though, on the dodge. I love the 1-4-1. It's one of my favorite formations to run offensively. I think it can create a lot of issues for defense if they can't communicate well.
Yeah, and Lehi able to get some space there. Just the shot goes over the cage as he was being defended. Those are tricky. Got a fast break here. Great play by the pole, getting it to Stott to get his second of the night. Almost an identical goal to his first one.
Yeah, absolutely. So able to kind of right here in the 10-man, breaks it. And as ever, the defense is recovering able to just find the open attackman who the goalie was actually covering and is just able to bury it there near side pipe.
Score is 5-0 for Pleasant Grove, 5:50 left in this first quarter. It has been all Pleasant Grove so far in this one.
That you can, that 5 or 10-man ride is something you can either live and die by. And if it goes well, it's really great at creating possessions. But if a team's able to break it like Pleasant Grove has, it really can create issues. And they can score in bunches, and it can feel like an avalanche coming your way.
And Steve, at what point do you get away from it, right?
I'm not sure yet. Yeah. I think, honestly, Pleasant Grove has broken it every time. They've had a few opportunities Lehi has to create some havoc in the middle of the field, but haven't been able to generate the turnovers you'd want out of it. So you're probably looking at one or two more goals out of it, and looks like they actually jumped out of it already. So
Brinton with the nice defensive play for Pleasant Grove, trying to get that ball ahead, but Lehi up to the task defensively as well. As the ball is down in the middle of the field, Nielsen's going to come away with it. And Lehi will retain. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Vikings with the 5-0 lead.
Dodge straight down the middle there. It's kind of call it a 10 out of 10 dodge. You're either going to score, you're either going to turn it over.
And, no other option.
Yeah, one or the other.
Lehi, though, retains. They've been able to find space, Steve. Just the shots haven't been quite on cage. Great defense, though, by Pleasant Grove. All of their poles just causing havoc. And I love that move. Just get the ball going forward. If you're not able to scoop it up, just get it going forward. As Stott here gets it on the wing.
Absolutely. I'm like you said, I'm loving the aggression from the Pleasant Grove defense. Their hard work is leading to the opportunities that the offense and really the transition is seeing for Pleasant Grove.
Pleasant Grove offsides. Yeah, there's the call. Too many men there for Pleasant Grove. As Lehi will look to clear. Got a couple whistles.
Refs are going to figure this one out here.
Looks like that far side.
They're going to give him the flag.
Yep, they're going to give him a delay of game. So after the penalty there, Pleasant Grove just kind of pushing the ball. You're supposed to drop it where you're at.
Drop it.
Tried to just push the ball a little too far. Refs saw that. So we'll get a man-up opportunity for Lehi. 3:50 left in the first quarter. Ball's with Nielsen. Going to look to work it around as the Pioneers look for space. Great little play there. Great shot. Looks like it was deflected.
Off the defenseman, yeah. I couldn't tell if it went off the defenseman or the pipe, but I'm pretty sure it was the defenseman there.
That sun is literally in the worst spot it could be, but it'll be temporary.
We are doing our best with that reflection right in our eyes. I'd like to see a little more action out of the Lehi man up here. There's a little good 2
Great little play. Oh, big save. And they're going to outlet it to the man who was released from the penalty coming on. Good heads-up play there by Pleasant Grove as it's still loose. Oh, a little 50-50 ball goes the way of the Pioneers. And he outlets to Nielsen. That's number 0, Ian Bullock. Coming to this game, Steve, 17 takeaways for Bullock. He's number 0 on Lehi. So watch out for him as this game progresses and make a difference.
Pleasant Grove here. I think they're winning between the boxes. This turnovers that are happening in the transition, that chaos that's kind of been created by the 10-man, but it's favored Pleasant Grove throughout the entire first quarter. As we see another turnover here in the ride for Pleasant Grove.
And again, I think it just comes down to they look faster.
Yeah,
they look more attentive, right? They look just like their heads in the game. Where Lehi a little bit sluggish on some of these plays. As we see the shot there, saved by Lehi as they look to outlet.
I would have loved to see the ex-attackman there kind of fade and attack the backside of the pipe. It looked like he was kind of in the way of the Dodger, kind of creating some chaos there. A little bit more movement off ball offensively. I think for both teams going to serve well to generate more shots for him.
Great ride there by Pleasant Grove, leads to Lawrence coming away that he's going to get double teamed. Ball is still on the turf. Lehi comes away with it.
Another ride back there for Pleasant Grove with holding.
Again, though, like you were saying, it's that battle between the box, right? Mm-hmm. The box area there. That's where all of the possessions have come from, or one back in this case.
Usually that the 10-man's, that's where you're generating it, but where Lehi's struggling in this first quarter is to really just take care of the ball when they're clearing, and then to really make an effective stop on the 10-man to really slow that down and force them into bad decisions. It just hasn't happened yet for Lehi, but it may click here going forward if they stick with it.
McFadden with the ball, 1:20 left in the first quarter. He's content to hold it. He'll look to dodge. From the top of the box, lefty. Oh, looks for the guy creeping the crease. He could have taken the shot there himself, but unselfishly looks ahead, and that ball is gobbled up. But again, another tough ride. We're going to have a push on Pleasant Grove. That'll go back to the
spacing that Pleasant Grove's offense is getting. I actually think they're beating their man off the dodge. They just need to kind of get out of each other's way, and they can take a little bit more shots just right off the dodge, actually. They're getting a good looks there and drawing the slide pretty far away. Their hands are free before he gets there. So I'd like to see them maybe be a little bit more aggressive with the ball in their stick.
And we have a Lehi timeout. We will take that with them and join us on the other side for the remaining 52 seconds of the first quarter.
Tribal West Lacrosse is your local destination for all things lacrosse. From outfitting players to supporting team sales, Tribal West has everything you need to get your child or team ready for lacrosse season. Come by and test your shot in our shooting cage and check out the great ball machine. We've been here from the start and we'll be here for you. Support your tribe at Tribal West Lacrosse at 9860 South, 700 East in Sandy.
Welcome back to the KSLSports.com Game of the Week, presented by Tab Bank and Tribal West Lacrosse. If you're just joining us, this one has been all Vikings. 5-0 lead here with 52 seconds left in the first quarter. Steve, what have you liked so far out of the Vikings?
I've liked the aggression that we've seen on the defense, and I've liked how well they've been able to dominate the middle of the field to generate the offensive looks for themselves and really capitalize in transition. I think that's where 3 of their 5 goals have come from is in transition.
Absolutely. We see a Lehi shot here that got deflected. The players looked like they couldn't see where the ball had gone, but the goalie, number 27, Spencer Taggart, the only one who saw it, and he wisely backed it up. As we get a long heave down the field, I hesitate to call them shots at this point, but would love to see a long-distance goal. But Pleasant Grove Carter picking that one up as he looks to get it to the offense with just under 25 seconds left here in this first quarter.
I really like the patience there by Carter. He had kind of a one-on-one with the goalie, didn't really have his body in the right spot for it and pulled it out wisely. I like that decision rather than trying to force the issue there.
10 seconds left. Shot. That is saved by Van Cott. Unable to collect it, though, as there's a loose ball scrum in front. And that should take us to the end of the quarter.
Yeah, there's that space I was talking about that they're generating off the dodge. I think he could have taken, 3-4 more yards before either shooting that or drawing that defenseman and finding a guy near side pipe to dump that ball to. But good looks from both offenses are able to generate decent looks here. Pleasant Grove's just been able to capitalize on opportunities they've been generating in the transition game.
They have. That is the end of the first quarter. Pleasant Grove with the 5-0 lead. Join us after the break for the second quarter.
Look good, feel good, play good. And Tribal West Lacrosse will get your team looking good. Swing by and check out how they can outfit your team with the best gear to help them play their best. We're all in this together, and Tribal West is here to support the lacrosse community wherever you are. Visit them at 9860 South, 700 East in Sandy, or online at tribalwest.com.
Welcome back, fans, to Pleasant Grove High School, where the Vikings 5-0 leaders so far in this one at the end of the first quarter as we get the second quarter underway. I'm Tim Haslam, joined by Steve Heyman. Steve, what did you like out of the first quarter from both teams?
Well, I really liked the aggression that the Pleasant Grove defense and the aggression between the lines, between the boxes, that's really generating the offense for them. For Lehi, I think their offense is generating good looks. It's just settling in and not allowing yourself those turnovers that are really hurting you in transition going the other way.
See Lehi winning the opening faceoff of the second quarter, unable to collect, but that will stay with the Pioneers. What have you liked out of Lehi?
Well, I really like the long dodges they're taking out of this 1-4-1. I think they're going to create good looks here as they turn the corner there with a shot. Great save. But I think they just have to continue to settle down in the clear game and in the ride game to just get their offense into a rhythm.
Great point. I feel, to your point, Lehi on offense not able to establish that rhythm. It's very jagged. It's very, very what do we do here? So yeah, in order for them, as we see a long shot, that one goes just wide. Yeah, Lehi needs to settle in that offense, work the ball around, get some touches by other guys. I don't know that they've had a single possession where every guy's touched it. Right.
Exactly. I'd like to see them make Pleasant Grove's defense work a little harder with some slide and recover and make them communicate, put some pressure on them to have to make decisions defensively. I feel like Pleasant Grove's really been able to dictate the pace on that side of the ball with their aggression. So I'd like to see a little bit more out of, like you said, Lehi offense trying to dictate a little bit more aggression on their side.
Loose ball in the middle of the field. We've seen that before tonight. That one's going to stay inbound. Lawrence will collect for the Vikings as offensive middies come onto the field. If you're just joining us, obviously this one has been all Pleasant Grove. So you see Lawrence able to get past his man, shoot near pipe.
Look.
What a great goal there by Lawrence. That's his second of the night.
I really like where he starts his dodge here. And the angle he's able to take as he comes out with the double team and beats both of them just to that near side pipe and able to finish. If you're Lehi, you've got to communicate a lot better through that slide that comes. I mean, he's able to beat three guys really and get one-on-one with the goalie. So got to make it a little bit more difficult for Pleasant Grove if you're Lehi defensively.
And Lehi, not unwise to go double as those offensive middies are coming on the field. But again, to your point, you just need to communicate the sides as Pleasant Grove with the face-off win and the fast break. Great shot. Oh, and a goal. That's Doman, his second of the game. So we take another look at that face-off goal.
Yeah, just able to win it out front here off the face-off. And then you're playing a 3v4, able to get that right over from the point man down to the corner and finish there for Doman. Great look for the Vikings.
Two quick goals here by Pleasant Grove puts them up 7-0, 10:32 left in the first half.
Well, this is not what we expected.
True. It is not. Still lots of lacrosse left to play. I was up at the Weber Ridgeline game yesterday. Similar start. Weber got up big on Ridgeline, but then that third quarter, Ridgeline started to make a run, got it within, I think, 3 or 4 goals before Weber eventually pulled away. So not all is lost here for the Pioneer faithful. Just need a little bit longer possessions, and we'll be right back in this one because they're doing well on faceoffs.
Yeah.
See Lawrence collect here on the loose ball. Great defense He still had it.
That is,
I think he fooled everyone there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He knew he had it there for a little bit, but great look here as Lawrence able to get that ball, pick it up, and soaks a couple of checks there, and then is able to finish it there for the Vikings.
That's a great little fake. I've never seen that one before.
I haven't either. I was trying to find where the ball was at, loose on the other side there, and then I saw the net get tickled there from the ball. So good look from the Vikings as they continue to pour it on here, 8-0.
Another battle at the face-off X. That's going to be collected by Pleasant Grove, then go out of bounds. Ball will go back to Lehi. See if you look when you're down in games like this. You look to some of your seniors. Reed Nielsen. We've called his name a couple times. Coming into this game, 25 goals, 8 assists. Need to get the ball in his stick in order to start chipping back at this one. They try there. Great defense there by Brenton. We've called his name a couple times. Number 3, the pole for Pleasant Grove.
I think one of the things that happens when they're able to ride the ball back here. Fans are not happy about that one, but one of the things that you can fall into is if you're a team from behind is wanting to score 4 points at once. You can only score 1. And I think they just need to settle in here and get into a rhythm, which we haven't really seen all game long yet offensively for them.
Nielsen able to wrap around there. Looked like that was stopped. Excellent play as Pleasant Grove clears. Taggart having a great game in goal for the Vikings. So far in this one, pitching the shutout. As Lawrence comes away with it, we've got some whistles.
I really like the athleticism we're seeing out of Lawrence. He's really athletic, really shifty. He's able to break these these double teams that are coming his way, fight for ground balls. I really like the effort I'm seeing out of Lawrence today.
And a Pleasant Grove timeout. We'll take it with him. Join us on the other side with 9:17 remaining in the second quarter.
Tribal West Lacrosse has been a part of the lacrosse community here since the beginning. But you don't have to live in Salt Lake to enjoy their wide selection of gear, including team sales. Visit their online store at tribalwest.com and use the promo code FreeShipUtah26 to get free shipping to anywhere in Utah. We are Utah Lacrosse. Support your tribe at Tribal West Lacrosse.
And we are back after the break here from Pleasant Grove High School, KSLSports.com. Game of the week. I'm Tim Haslam with my co-host tonight, Steve Haymond, as Pleasant Grove here with the 8-0 lead, 9:17 remaining in this second quarter. Steve, we were talking in the timeout. What can Lehi do to get back in this one?
I think offensively, they need to calm down and get the ball spinning a little bit. We're seeing a lot of one guy touches it, dodges, shoots, and it doesn't create anything. I also think they stick with the 10-man because that 10-man takes a lot of effort to break. I think coming into the second half, that may pay dividends down later in the game that can generate some goals for them a little bit later, some possessions.
And you're down 8-0. What's the harm, right? And going to that 10-man, right? Maybe start to take some of those risks.
Yeah, absolutely. I think at this point, it could get worse, but if it gets worse, it's not much worse than it is now, essentially. So start taking some risk, maybe throw 1 or 2 wrinkles at it. But I think really it just settles down to getting better offensive possessions that aren't leading to quick turnovers for the Pioneers.
Platt with the ball. He's going to dodge from up high. Double team comes from Lehi. Gets the ball over to Carter. On the run shot, saved by Van Cott. Ball's still not collected. Pleasant Grove comes away with it. Doman, we've called his name a couple times. 2 goals so far in this one.
I really like what Pleasant Grove generated there. They were able to draw a slide, move that ball to the backside, and he had a one-on-one dodge with no slide set up yet. I think he took the shot a little too early. I would have liked to see him dodge that a little bit more, but it's a good look from the Pleasant Grove offense to attack that backside defense.
Doman with the shot there, back up by the Vikings. Ball is down, and we're going to have a flag.
Maybe a few words exchanged between the players there, but no harm done. This is going to be Pleasant Grove's first man-up look. Lehi got one earlier and was unable to convert. But so far, a pretty clean game. We haven't seen a lot of flags thrown.
Yep.
Each team's going to have a look on man-up here. So
going to go with a cross-check against Lehi. Looking for that inside feed. Wasn't quite there. Skip pass up top. We see a little tic-tac-toe here on the wings. Looking to gain that advantage.
Good find.
Oh, great find there on GLE. That's Stott getting his third goal of the night.
Stott's having a game here. It's just a good look back and forth, trying to draw that defense inside, and then finds the corner wide open there on the man up look and able to finish that far side pipe. Stott having himself a game. He's had 8 points on the year and 3 today.
And all from that basically little 5x5
5x5 island, yeah,
right next to the goal.
he's benefiting from a lot of the hard work that his teammates doing. Not to take anything away from him, but his teammates working really hard, and he's able to just be the one that's right there in the right spot to finish. So, great first half so far for Stott with the hat trick.
Scrum at the midfield X goes Pleasant Grove's way. They look to push transition. They do have a little bit of numbers here. Great look inside to Lawrence, unable to collect. Stott going after it. Lawrence on the trail, but gets bumped off the ball. Typically, you see a whistle at this point. Not yet. All right. Good ground ball there by Lehi. We do have a flag down. Going to go against Pleasant Grove as Lehi looks to clear.
Got to take care of the ball here in this clear, because you've got a free possession. You don't want to throw it away just trying to clear the ball. You want to get a decent look at Cage and then get possession right back from that penalty, which it looks like they're going to be able to do here.
Bullock with the clear up to Smith. Great ground ball there at the midfield line. Able to pull that one in so Lehi can get into their offensive set. Like we've talked about, the Pioneer offense have been short-lived, right? We'd like to see something progress a little longer, get into more and more dodges and players.
I really want to see them make the Pleasant Grove defense work a little bit more. We see these big initiating dodges that are kind of dying as it gets to this backside here. I'd like to see this move through, really make the defensemen change their responsibilities several times and then reattack.
Kennison with the ball. Finds behind with Nielsen. Tries to sneak that one in. That one goes wide. And we'll get the penalty call here with 6 minutes left. 9-0 lead for Pleasant Grove.
Well, we saw a couple more dodges out of that possession from Lehi. So they're looking to get it a little bit more people involved offensively.
And you saw the result. They had a couple doorstep shots.
Yeah,
right?
A couple of shots right there. Just need to start finishing those. They'll be able to get this right back in here. But I think in this man-up look, they had a really good look on that near side pipe action, that little two-man game. They're picking on that corner defenseman. Let's see if they go back to that here for their second man-up look.
Nielsen with the ball. Oh, great little play there. Shot wide. Great look, though, on that little sucking the defender up. No slide coming on that bottom side, and Lehi taking advantage of it.
I love having a man at X during man up. I know a lot of coaches like to get away from that. They don't feel that they can score a position, but I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on those low defensemen to have to pay attention to him because he can sneak, near side or backside if he's a really good and shifty X attackman.
See that shot go wide by Frazier.
A whistle. Make him start further back.
Semantics here as we see Nielsen with the ball. He's going to take a shot.
There we go.
And he finds the back of the net to open the scoring at the 5:17 mark for Lehi. That's number 2. Reed Nielsen getting on the board.
Just a good, quick restart here where maybe they caught Pleasant Grove's defense napping kind of off that restart, able to find the guy up there at the 10-yard mark and able to finish. Good look there from the Pleasant Grove man up, get themselves on the board, start clawing back themselves back into this one, building confidence.
And the best way to gain momentum, Steve, is at the faceoff X.
Absolutely. You can get so many possessions out of this. And Lehi, like you said, we've got 60% at the faceoff dot over on the year for them. They can start really clawing their way back here, starting at the faceoff dot.
And we see the faceoff win here for Delphinic. He moves the ball ahead. Great shot and a goal And he paid for that one. Nonetheless, though, great, excellent look there by number 91, Stockton Dorton, getting his 13th goal of the year.
Yeah, great look. Push out from the face-off win here, finds that point guy, and the point guy is able to bury it for a great look and great finish here for their second goal. Just like we talked about.
Can they do it again?
I thought we were going to give him the announcer's curse, but we gave him the announcer's blessing there.
That's right.
On that one.
It is a thing, goes both ways, depending on how the play shakes out. Number 91, who's he paying homage to there, Steve? With the number 91.
That's a great question.
I think the only 91 I can think of, and I might be completely wrong, is Joe Nardella.
Let's take a quick peek.
We'll take a break. We'll look that up at the break. Join us on the other side after.
Tribal West Lacrosse has been a part of the lacrosse community here since the beginning. But you don't have to live in Salt Lake to enjoy their wide selection of gear, including team sales. Visit their online store at tribalwest.com and use the promo code FreeShipUtah26 to get free shipping to anywhere in Utah. We are Utah Lacrosse. Support your tribe at Tribal West Lacrosse.
And we're back after the break. 4:54 left in this second quarter. Pleasant Grove 9, Lehi 2 with back-to-back goals. They're on a hot streak here, looking for their third in a row. We told you we'd come back after the break with the number 91 shout out. I guessed Joe Nardella, and that's he was 91. I'm sure there were several 91s.
Yeah, I think you've got it there. I think that the only other 91 that we had was from the early 2000s or the mid 2000s, which is 20 years beyond these players' knowledge.
Oh, great
move
by Nielsen. Just wide on that one. Nardella, Maryland Terp for many years, then went on to play for the Whipsnakes and also in the NLL. I don't know my NLL history like I should, so I'm not quite sure who he played for there, but great player out of Maryland.
Good big long dodge there down the alley. Good save.
Taggart with another big save. He's looking to push transition, sends it into the corner. Oh, Lawrence almost comes away with it, but great play there by Lehi to get his stick up. Still on the turf. Great play to retain possession there for Pleasant Grove. That ball could have gone either way. Guess who? Doman with coming away with that one.
I love the effort from Pleasant Grove. They're just putting a little bit more into these 50-50 ground balls, which is obviously giving them more possessions, which they've been able to capitalize on. In the middle of the field, in the corner, off that 10-man, they're the ones benefiting off the chaos that's creating, where typically the team that's running the 10-man is able to generate it off.
Right. Doman loses his guy, but nice stick check there as that one tries to get out of bounds, but will stay in that Pleasant Grove end zone. Lawrence with the ball looking to make waves. It just finds the turf. He'll collect it. Lehi pressing out pretty far.
I like this. As long as you've got your help established, I don't mind pressing the issue here, assuming you force Pleasant Grove into some mistakes. Pleasant Grove's been able to capitalize off these dodges, but I don't mind that, getting a little bit more aggressive on the Lehi side.
Again, what do you have to lose, right?
Exactly, yeah.
McFadden with the ball, little stutter step. It's going to roll back to his strong side. Shot low. Van Cott will gobble that one up. Oh, no, it's picked out of the air just before it gets to his stick by a teammate. Oh, great pass, great catch by Kennison. He's going to look to push. Oh, nice little give and go to the trailer. That shot just high. And they're going to give the back up to Moses for Pleasant Grove on that end line.
That's one of your Lehi. You work so hard to get, and you take that shot, but you ride it back right here. So let's see.
That ball.
Turn it right back over.
Just a little high.
Just a little high here for the Pioneers. So the last 5 minutes of gameplay have really been dominated by Lehi. They've been able to score 2, and they've gotten good looks on cage. These will start to drop here if they continue to put this pressure on Pleasant Grove.
Just over 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Lehi in the 10-man. Tough ride here. That ball gets sent up. Excellent stick check by Smith. That's going to stay in bounds. Gray line was out. It looked like he might have stepped on the line,
yeah.
but they're going to call a push on Smith. That gray line's tricky.
That gray line, it looked like he stepped right on that, but I'd love to see a dodge come out of this corner. It's such a difficult angle as defenseman if they initiate the offense from down here. I really love these type of dodges from up here. Well, they're not going to get it. So
1:45 left in the second quarter. McFadden with the ball. Excuse me, that's Platt with the ball. Great defense by Dennison for the Pioneers.
One of the things the Pleasant Grove offense is generating is these long slides that Lehi's going, I think, a little early here as we're going to get a timeout. I think we get a little bit more movement from the Pleasant Grove offense to find spaces. They're going to find a little better looks here for themselves.
1:19 left in this second quarter. Pleasant Grove with the 9-2 lead. We will take a break with them. Join us on the other side for the remaining minutes of the second quarter. We are back at Pleasant Grove High School for your KSLSports.com Game of the Week, presented by Tab Bank and Tribal West Lacrosse. Steve, you been to Tribal West Lacrosse and done the Great Ball Machine?
I've never done the Great Ball Machine, but I've been to Tribal West Lacrosse plenty of times. Fish was actually my high school head coach.
Oh, there you go.
I know Tribal West from its start.
Very good. So, excellent. You need to get in there, do the Great Ball Machine.
I do.
It's pretty fun. You could win new gloves.
I need new gloves.
Okay, there you go.
Maybe I'll just convince Fish to give me something.
I mean, you could do that too. That's fine. At a minimum, you're going home with a colored lacrosse ball. So absolutely. It's exciting. Out of the timeout here, we see Pleasant Grove with a nice little dodge down the middle, and we're going to get a flag. It looked all above board to me from 200 feet away, but the officials saw otherwise. Looks like we've got a slash.
I didn't see it there. If you're Pleasant Grove here, what's your strategy with the 107 left, man up 7?
I'm a possession guy. I think coming from the college ranks, that's kind of how you're ingrained. And so I hold it here. The games that I've called so far, the teams have not held it. They're high school kids. They want to get on the score sheet and get what they can. But if I'm the coach, I'm saying, hey, let's hold for this last shot, especially since, Lehi starting to gain a little bit of momentum there towards the end of this quarter. So that's what I would do.
Now, they don't have shot clock, so they don't have to worry about that. So they can basically wear this clock down and then look to, like you said, shoot within the last 10.
Doman, though, decides otherwise. He did get a good look there on Cage. Looks like that one hit the pipe the way it rebounded, as Pleasant Grove will retain. I mean, at this point, 24 seconds left. No need to push it.
I like to see one good, strong dodge, pull it, move it, maybe get a shot off the backside here.
And that shot goes wide. Backed up by Van Cott. 11.4 seconds left.
I love the effort there, even though it didn't go their way. Zach Williams with the dive, I love seeing that. I love the effort, even though it didn't go the way he wanted it to. Love seeing that type of effort out of players.
Just under 2 seconds, and this one will do it as we see the long ball go wide there to end this first half from Pleasant Grove High School. The Vikings with the 9-2 lead over Lehi, the visitors, on your KSLSports.com Game of the Week. Join us after the break for the second half. Welcome back, fans, to Pleasant Grove High School, home of the KSLSports.com Lacrosse Game of the Week, as we get this second half underway between the Pleasant Grove Vikings and the Lehi Pioneers. I'm Tim Haslam. If you're just joining us, joined by Steve Haymond. Steve, real quickly, what did you see out of each team in that first half?
Well, Pleasant Grove was able to control between the boxes, like we had talked about early, and take advantage of the chaos that's actually being created by Lehi's 10-man game. And with Lehi, I think it's just going to be settling into better offensive possessions to really get going here. They're able to win face-offs. So we got an extra ball on the field here, it looks like.
Right.
Go ahead.
First face-off going Pleasant Grove's way. Again, that'll be a key looking for Lehi to get back in this game. Can they have success that they had in the first half at that face-off X?
And Pleasant Grove's able to beat their guys off the dodge, as we see here. Good space. Draws the flag.
Big
I
save
like to see
there.
him take a little bit more time before he takes that shot, but able to beat their guy off the dodge almost every time and create that long dodge or that long slide package from Lehi.
And even though the play was whistled dead, it's good to see your goalie get a save
Absolutely.
early in the second half there for Van Cott.
Absolutely.
See if that pays dividends as this one. Plenty of time left in this one if you're a Lehi fan to get back in this game.
Absolutely. This is Pleasant Grove's second man up look. They went 1-for-1 earlier. They're 1-for-1 with an earlier look. So we'll see how they attack it here.
I'm always a little leery on the over-aggressive face-off, man-up opportunities. As we see there, Pleasant Grove taking advantage of it with Grant Hepworth getting his name on the score sheet tonight.
Yeah, we've actually had 2 hat tricks from Pleasant Grove. As we see the man up or look here, just able to get to the middle of the field and is able to shoot it from 15 yards out. That's going to be difficult for the goalie. He's got the whole cage ahead of him as he's able to bury that one there.
And again, no need to press out necessarily when you're man down. Giving that open space there to Pleasant Grove, who takes advantage. As we get another face-off here, going the way of Lehi, still loose though, as Pleasant Grove will come away with that. Taggart winning the first 2 here in the second half. Ball just sails over the head of Lawrence, giving the ball back to Lehi here. We'll see if the Pioneers can advance here. Again, it's been really sloppy in the middle of the field for both teams. Pleasant Grove able to take advantage of that so far.
I'd really like to see him be patient here, and if need be, work yourself backwards to get that ball across. It's going to pay off here, but almost creates a turnover, just being a little too anxious to get that ball across.
They're going to say offsides, but they were not. They had a guy behind this trail ref that he didn't see. So an unfortunate call there against the Pioneers, gives the ball back to Pleasant Grove.
I'd like to see Pleasant Grove maybe settle in here a little bit. They're being really aggressive and able to, it's paying off there. Just a good save, but a wide open shot from right in the middle of the field again.
Yep, Van Cott able to get in front of that one as this ball again loose in the middle of the field. Great ground ball there by Lehi. He's got men on as he looks for help. Wisely gets it up to our Joe Nardella faithful, Stockton Dorton. Dorton working it. Gets the ball to Nielsen. Nielsen coming into this game, 25 goals, 8 assists. Has just 1 point so far in this one for Lehi. Pleasant Grove doing a great job shutting him down.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensively, they've been really aggressive, getting out onto hands and looking for opportunities to throw double teams there. As you see there, jumping into the passing lane from the defensive midi. I really like sending 2 to the ball, right? We got a 2v1 ground ball, and Pleasant Grove's able to come up with that. Just winning in between the boxes and winning those 50-50 ground balls, just creating more and more possessions for themselves, and it's paying off on the scoreboard.
And really, again, like we said, that's been the difference. As we see a shot, that one is so close. Van Cott, though, able to recover. Steve, we talked about it at the high school level. It's hard to throw the ball that far with pace.
It absolutely is, and I actually love that Lehi's implemented the 10-man here because we really haven't. I think we've seen one shot that's gone the distance that could have made it. Everything else is falling 15 yards short, and so if I'm Pleasant Grove and they've been able to break the 10-man, maybe bring a guy up or two that ball could land and they can fight for that ground ball, or it's just not going the distance when they try to make that shot, which plays into the 10-man.
Absolutely,
that's what they're looking for.
Yep. Again, ball down, middle of the field, Pleasant Grove coming away with it. That's just great defense by the Vikings. They noticed they had numbers when Lehi was subbing and doubled the ball and took it back. Home fans are happy with that one as they cheer on the Vikings, who have a 10-2 lead here with 8 minutes left in this third quarter. The Vikings, clearly the dominant team here so far in this one, as Lawrence tries to shoot over 2 guys. Van Cott not able to collect in front. Ball's loose. Still loose on that far side. And Lawrence
Really love his toughness on ground balls. He's so tenacious in those ground balls, but ran himself out of bounds there. I'd like to see Lehi let the system clear the ball rather than one guy that kind of get it to a guy and hope to punt return it. I like to let the system kind of play itself out and clear the ball that way.
Absolutely. Oh, good defensive check.
Great defense.
Pleasant Grove Poles have been absolutely dominating tonight with Zach Williams able to just get his stick in there, ball down, but Lehi able to retain as they look to get anything going here.
I love they're just jamming up the Pioneer Dodgers. They're not letting them get on a good line. They're disrupting them, not letting them get into any type of flow or rhythm and just dictating the pace there.
See that shot. Oh. Went behind. Able to come away with it, though, after Taggart. Looks like he had a piece of it, but then it fell behind the goal. Outlet pass to the box.
I don't love seeing a clear go box side.
A lot of traffic.
A lot of chaos can happen there, and it pays off here.
A lot of traffic, that's for sure.
Good ride back here from the Pioneers. Let's see if they're able to clear it.
Yeah, you got a guy wide open in the middle. Yep, perfect. That's Smith. He looks up ahead to Nielsen. Nielsen's going to fire. That shot goes wide.
I don't hate that shot, but he had a guy wide open on the backside pipe. You know, he's in a good shooting spot there, but I think there was a better shot. But they're able to retain possession. I'd like to see them really settle into a good, long offensive possession, really make that defense work because they're, like we've talked about, the Vikings are dictating kind of the pace of play on this end of the field.
Also looked like Nielsen kind of was relying on some intuition there. Once he got it in the stick, just chucked it as hard as he could where it, take a couple steps and he's got a good shot. So we see Lehi with some decent movement here. They have been stagnant at times on this offensive end as you see Hepworth with the ball. He's going to dodge.
Little exchange on the wing here. Big sweep across the top. They're not going to cage with any of these dodges, right? And I think that's a great job by the Viking defense. I know we're praising them right now, but they're really getting these Pioneer Dodgers off their lines. They want to take these big dodges right down the middle and pop off the crease high and pop off that backside, see if they can generate that. And they do get decent looks. They're just not able to connect with the offense that they're generating because of the aggression. As we talk about a turnover created here by the Vikings defense.
The ball's been slippery here for Lehi tonight as several balls hitting the turf. See Lawrence coming away with it. Then it gets to Carter. So this third quarter has been back and forth so far in this one. 4:41 left.
Tim, if you're the Vikings right now, what are you telling your guys as you're looking to close out this third quarter?
From my point of view, looking at it, with from the press box, honestly, it's still put your foot on the gas, but we don't need to be in a hurry. Right. We don't need to be crazy. We don't need to commit a bunch of turnovers. So just working your offense. I say that having your foot on the gas because the face-off X has been 50-50, maybe 60-40 for Lehi. So you see a shot there and a great save by Van Cott. So you don't want to let off too much because then the face-offs can get you back in it. The 10-man, can get you back, can hurt you if you're Pleasant Grove. So it's just keep your foot on the gas, keep going, but don't play down, so to speak.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like there's. I didn't see what the cause of that turnover was there.
They threw a flag. I think it was an inadvertent flag. It was meant to be the offsides that changes possession.
Gotcha. Okay. So we're gonna get a Pleasant Grove possession here, starting up top. And I'm right here with you. If I'm Pleasant Grove, I want to run my offense well. I maybe want to see one or two actions take place, get some good off-ball movement, really make the defense communicate, and get one or two shots out of this possession and see what we can generate.
Looks like they did have a Lehi Pioneer serving time. So Pleasant Grove is men up when that ball sails out of bounds, giving it back to Lehi, who is still man down. And Van Cott coming out of the crease. Wide open wing here. Just looked a little bit uncomfortable with it there. He did have space. Ball's in the middle. 3 Vikings on it. It's going to be Harrison coming away with it.
I really like the effort that Stott put in there. That really starts with him being aggressive in the ride, really making that defenseman uncomfortable and forcing him to pass into a situation where his guy is not in a great spot to really take advantage of what he was given.
And Pleasant Grove taking the timeout here with 3:22 remaining in this third quarter and the 8-goal lead. We'll be back after this.
Tribal West Lacrosse has been a part of the lacrosse community here since the beginning. But you don't have to live in Salt Lake to enjoy their wide selection of gear, including team sales. Visit their online store at tribalwest.com and use the promo code FREESHIPUTAH26 to get free shipping to anywhere in Utah. We are Utah Lacrosse. Support your tribe at Tribal West Lacrosse.
Pleasant Grove High School, 3:22 left in this third quarter. Vikings with a 10-2 lead over Lehi. Steve, if you're Lehi, what are some of the keys to get you back in this one?
Well, you got to survive this man down look. It looks like we're all we're all even actually. The penalty was served. So survive this possession. You've got to clear the ball better. Work your systems. Don't get too panicked in the clear. And then offensively, attack from somewhere else. Initiate a dodge from the wing, maybe try coming from X. These big, long dodges and the sweeping dodges up top just aren't working against the Pleasant Grove defense tonight. I'd like to see them attack from a different angle and see what they can generate there.
Yeah, to your point, it feels like every dodge for Lehigh has just come right down the middle, right? Maybe goes left, most likely goes right. So yeah, switch it up a little bit, come from a different angle, see if you can get the Pleasant Grove defense tested. Really, they haven't been tested in this one.
And I think they've been the aggressor. And I've talked a lot about, the Pleasant Grove defense and what they've been able to do against the Lehi offense. But Lehi's got players, and I think they just continue to look at different areas. Oh,
that's a great look there. That's a college level feed.
Yeah.
To Platt, but just unable to finish.
This isn't an insurmountable lead, but you've got to start being efficient with what you've got, with possessions coming your way.
Absolutely. And it starts again with those ground balls. Lehigh coming away with it. They've got room to operate and numbers. Getting to the fast break position. Bada bing, bada boom. That one goes wide. Lehigh will retain.
There. I looked back and they didn't seem quick to get into their spots, but they were in their spots when they needed to be and generated a good look. I see what they do offensively here. Get themselves back in this ball game.
Again, to your point, would love to see a different dodge from somewhere other than up top. Try to get this Vikings defense unfamiliar or in an uncomfortable position. You see Nielsen here with the ball. Nielsen looks ahead.
Good look here.
Shot. That goes wide and backed up. That's Brenton. Brenton been all over the field tonight. He's had the job of guarding Nielsen. Nielsen coming into this game with 25 goals. Just one tonight.
And we saw it. We saw a different attack there. They came from X, tried to wrap around there. So they're either tuning in and listening to what we have to say, or we've got a coach's mind here.
I did see an assistant coach with an earbud down there, so possibly. You never know. Pleasant Grove on the shot. Oh, Van Cott. Looks like he was able to get back and just caught him in the shoulder. Able to parry that one away.
That's one of the when you get in those 10-man situations, that net's wide open. He had a 3v1 against the goalie, and I don't think he recognized that, but that goal looks 10 feet big.
Oh, yeah.
When the goalie's not in there.
Yep, when there's no goalie in there, you want to shoot no matter where you're from, and regardless of if you've got guys ahead of you. As Lehi able to clear it here. Dorton with the ball. 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Pleasant Grove 10, Lehi 2. Steve, we talked about it in the beginning. These two teams pretty even on paper. Mm-hmm. Still early in the season, just week 4 of this young high school lacrosse season. Obviously, the score tells us different story as we see a shot and a save. Taggart having a great night in cage. He came into this game at 50%. I would say he's well above that tonight. 10-man. Gets a little tricky.
They're getting him that near side right into that double team, right into that 10-man trap there. That pole's able to come over and be aggressive there. It's going to stay Pleasant Grove ball, but I like to see him get the pole to the far side and reverse and work up that, make that pole have to go sideline to sideline rather than come right up in the middle into where they want you to be.
Good look ahead. Big hit. Lehi unable to get it to blow it dead.
I think he blew the whistle a little too early there because Pleasant Grove has the ball. It should be a free possession for Pleasant Grove. But again, with that 10-man, I think Pleasant Grove's been able to escape it tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But really, they're kind of falling into the trap of what the 10-man wants. They're just out athleting.
Yeah,
they've got athletes that are able to break what the 10-man is generating. But I really like to see them make them work sideline to sideline to get that 10-man and break it there.
We have 7 seconds left in this third quarter. Steve, you hold it, right?
You got to hold it.
You just got to hold it.
We'll see if we hear a shoot it from the stands, though.
If we don't, I'll be ashamed of these fans. Again, 7 seconds left in lacrosse. If you are man up or man down at the end of a quarter and have possession of the ball, you get possession to start the next quarter. So if any of you tuning in are new to lacrosse, and we hope you are.
Double team there from... If I'm Pleasant Grove there, I'm telling my guys, get out of his way. Don't bring somebody else to the dance, sure. Which happened there, and they're lucky to escape that. But
10-2 at the end of the third quarter here from Pleasant Grove High School. The Vikings 10, Lehi 2. Join us on the other side of the break for the final frame in this one. A beautiful night here in Pleasant Grove, Utah, as the Pleasant Grove Vikings 10 over Lehi 2. I'm Tim Haslam, joined by Steve Haymond for this final frame in this one. Steve, we talked about it off air. If you're Lehi, we just want to see some momentum gained.
Yes. Get some confidence back, one possession at a time. We're not trying to bite the whole cookie right now. We're not trying to, score 8 goals at once. We just needed to see 2 or 3 good offensive possessions, get a couple of goals under our belt, and start clawing our way back into this one.
Lawrence starts with the ball for the Vikings, who are man up. That's why you didn't see a face-off to begin this one. Skip pass, finds his man, shot, and a goal. That is Stott getting on the score sheet, his 4th of the night.
A great look here from Lawrence as he just finds the through ball onto that backside right through the defense, and Stott's able to finish it for his 4th. He's almost, doubled his point total on the season. He had 8 going into this game, and he's got 4 here. So great look there from Lawrence to Stott.
Stott leading all scorers in this one with the 4 goals. Lawrence for Pleasant Grove with 3. Doman with 2. Haven't called his name in a while, but was a key factor in that first half. Hepworth with 1 and Platt with 1 for Riverton. Your scorers, Nielsen and Dorton.
Push here. It looks like it's going to stay with Lehi.
Lehi looking here to create some momentum as they get deeper into their schedule. Doesn't get any easier for the Pioneers, who are in that tough 6A Region 3. Games coming up, Corner Canyon, Lone Peak, American Fork, and Skyridge. That's just a region.
Yeah, you can't let tonight affect what's going to happen here coming up in the future games. You've got to continue to just find little things that can build the momentum going into the rest of your games and into region play.
Good defense here by Pleasant Grove. It's going to be fought back, though, by Lehi. Ball's on the turf once again. And Brinton coming away with it. It had 2 flags down behind the play. Looks like we're going to have a slash on Pleasant
If you're
Grove.
Lehi, you're feeling like this game is quicksand. No matter what we try and do, we're just always clawing our way out of a situation, right? A couple of man down here to start the fourth quarter. This will be the second time they've gone man down, but just focus on the next play. Really, that's my message. If I'm the coach here, is let's flush everything that's happened. Let's get out of the current situation we're in. See if we can't build some momentum going forward.
And, they talk about it a lot in coaching, win the quarter.
Sure.
Right?
Absolutely.
See if you can get a couple on the score sheet here, as Pleasant Grove has one in this quarter already. Hard to do, though, with the tenacious defense. And again, just that 50-50 effort, winning every time by Pleasant Grove here in this one.
Good patience here in the clear. I like to see him, draw this near side and failure.
Going to get a failure to advance.
Patience.
A little too patient. You're right. A little too patient, and the fastest clock you might have ever seen. And
that seems really fast.
We've got a turnover going to Lehi as we see a shot gobbled up by Taggart again, having a great game, coming into this one just at 50%, but well above that tonight as he gets a great outlet pass up to Schultz.
Good look here. They've got numbers if they push.
Oh, excellent feed. And look, that one goes just wide.
Like you mentioned in the first quarter, I'd like to see him take a couple of steps upfield to give himself a better angle there and see if he can't finish that one.
That was Braby right at goal line extended. I think he was just excited to be that close with the ball in his stick. That one went just a little wide. As the season progresses, those things will get worked out. As the ball ends up here with Lehi after a loose ball, he's going to push it up to Nielsen.
And Lehi runs their break with two guys high, one low, kind of that V formation here. You don't see that a lot out on the West Coast. I've seen it a couple of times on the East Coast, but it creates some communication issues defensively if you don't work that out quickly. It can leave a couple of guys going to take the guy bringing the ball down the field, leaving 2-point guys open potentially. So.
And you're right, not a look that we see here a lot in Utah. Definitely not taught that way at a young age.
Yeah.
As we saw, Nielsen able to get some space. Shot goes just wide, backed up by Lehi here.
If I'm Lehi, I want to see 4 or 5 guys touch the ball this possession. I'd like to see 2 or 3 different shot locations. If we can continue to try and break down the wall that has been Pleasant Grove's defense.
A little bit of confusion on the field as Lehi it becomes man up after a trip on the Vikings. As you see the players subbing in and out. 9:16 left in this one. Pleasant Grove 11, Lehi 2. Haven't seen a lot out of the Lehi offense today. Been pretty one-dimensional. Nice play there, though. Looks like it was deflected by the defender. And the ball's pushed upfield. Pleasant Grove, man down. That goes out. That will stay with Lehi.
Again, I'm harping on it. We got to see something different. They did attack from down low there, from different angle, but you're going to feel as a player anxious to get something going. All these guys want to get the momentum going, but if you play too fast, too ahead of yourself, we're seeing what happens here is it's just not creating the looks that you want. Still man up here as well.
Great look and a feed and a goal. Lehi getting one back here in this fourth quarter. That's number 7. Colton Kennison getting his first of the night.
Great look here is to just working that ball around, and he catches and shoots. He's actually got 3 guys in his face, but he's able to get that ball out with a quick release and finally breaks down this Pleasant Grove defense to put a third one up.
So we'll pull one back here, making the score 11-3 in favor of the Vikings with 8:28 left in this fourth quarter. Again, Steve, we've talked this game likely out of hand here for the Pioneers, but how do you keep just that momentum, keep building, getting goals? It starts by winning at the faceoff X.
Starts by winning possessions, starts by taking care of the ball and just doing the simple things, right? Fall back on your fundamentals, good dodging dodging from effective areas, right? Drawing and just moving the ball. You always go back to just the fundamentals when things aren't going your way, just to build confidence back, right? Things that you can control, right? Your effort, how you set up, how you pass and catch, those are all within your control.
And Nielsen able to get past his defender, but the shot goes just wide as Lehi backs it up. And we'll look to do just that. Nice little dodge down the wing. We got a far shot. That one goes wide. Refs are looking at each other. Give it back to Lehi.
Again, making the goalie somewhat work here. I don't hate that shot. It's a little far out, but they're making the defense work. See if we can attack from a different angle here. Move from the opposite side of the field. Get the goalie working along his arc and moving to try and track that ball.
Oh, nice little stick dodge there. Off the pipe. Oh, man, that kind of feels like how the night's gone here for Lehi.
That sums it up, right? They're working really hard and things just aren't falling their way. And we're going the other direction here for Pleasant Grove, who's been effective on offense tonight and really taken advantage of what they've been given from those Lehi mistakes and the bounces that just haven't gone Lehi's way.
Going to see a feet in front. That one hits the turf. Ball is back with Lehi. Looking to clear. He's going to go cross field. That'll fall to open space and get tracked down by Nielsen. A couple out-of-town scores here tonight, Steve. Waterford taking down Copper Hills 13-9, and Harriman with a 26-0 win over Orem.
I used to be the head coach at Harriman. I don't know if you knew that.
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I used to be the head coach there.
Yeah.
Won a Class B state championship while I was there.
Yep.
So happy to hear that the Mustangs are working hard there. I really enjoy that program. Waterford, I battled Waterford all through high school.
We all did.
Yeah. So I don't have happy feelings for Waterford, but happy to hear that happy to hear that program. My brother actually went to Waterford, so
Okay.
Got some connections to both those schools.
Love it. Corner Canyon up 10-5 over Mountain Ridge at halftime. Farmington up 4-3 on Brighton at halftime.
Ooh, okay. Well, those are two of the top teams in the state this year with Farmington and Brighton, correct?
Brighton, the number one team in the coaches poll this week. Farmington, I believe, number 5. So we have an extra ball on the field. Maybe got away from one of the kids down on the sidelines. As we approach the midway point in this fourth quarter, Pleasant Grove 11, Lehi 3.
And if I'm Pleasant Grove here, I don't, like you talked about earlier, I don't necessarily tell my guys to play not to lose or to waste time. We can be a little bit more methodical in what we're looking to do here.
Absolutely. Work on your sets. Start sharpening the iron, so to speak. Is a great fast break look here by Lehi. But Taggart wasn't having any of it. Came right out of that cage for the interception.
Unofficially, I think Taggart's up there for my player of the game. He's been phenomenal in cage, and he's made some plays like that have just really helped out his defense.
He's a true spark back there.
Yes,
right?
Absolutely.
He's a guy that's bringing the energy, applying it. The teammates are feeding off of him, making great saves, getting out of the cage. So we see an ambitious effort here go wide. But yeah, Taggart coming again. We've talked about it coming into this game, 50% save percentage, well above that tonight, as he continues to play well for the Vikings, which bodes well for them moving into region play. They're in that tough Region 7. Tons of teams, Wasatch, Timpview, Springville, Spanish Forks playing really well. So it doesn't get any easier here for the Vikings as they move into their schedule.
Another save here for Taggart.
Sandberg with the sweep, and he's going to get tripped. And the flag there.
So another man-up opportunity for Pleasant Grove. Again, it probably feels like an avalanche at this point if you're Lehi. Things just continue to go not your way. But this may be an opportunity for some younger guys to get on the field, start getting some varsity experience, and start getting some playing time to work through some of these things for both teams at this point now.
Man up opportunity here for for Pleasant Grove. Lehi continues to pressure out high, even while man down. And it's going to pay off for him, Steve. Excellent defense there. As they look to move the fast breaks. 4-on-4. Oh, shot bounces just wide.
Great defense there. And they got caught with an attackman high, and the pole bringing it across was about even with him. So it wasn't necessarily a true numbers advantage, but it was close too. But still able to get a decent look there.
And Nielsen with the ball, just over 4 minutes remaining in this ball game, live from Pleasant Grove High School in Pleasant Grove, Utah. I want to thank you for joining us. Got 4 minutes left on KSLSports.com. Game of the week presented by Tab Bank and Tribal West Lacrosse. Tribal West Lacrosse, home of the Great Ball Machine. If you don't know what that is, head to Sandy this weekend. Head to Tribal West. You'll see the Great Ball Machine. It's awesome.
Yeah, give it a go.
Give it a go. Win something cool. If not, you'll get a really cool lacrosse ball as a consolation prize. But Lehi holding the ball there on the wing with Nielsen as they get on their offense. And again, Brinton up to the task tonight, comes away with the check, gets the ball on the turf, going back the Vikings' way. Intercepted, though, at X, but unable to control. But here we have Pleasant Grove coming away with it. He's just going to heave it, looking for Lawrence, but that one goes out of bounds.
I like to see some of these pulls start to learn to roll away from the pressure and work that ball back across the other side. Oftentimes, I don't hate it. Their first look is up, but it's not there, and they feel that pressure, and they just continue to push upfield, roll away from the pressure, get your clear set up, be a little bit more patient in looking to clear the ball. That 10-man can create that anxiety to get that ball up and out.
Ball trickles to Taggart, who has done what he's done all night and collecting the ball there in front of the cage. He's going to come out. He's going to heave it towards the goal. That is on task. Oh, Van Cott stops it, but loses it. That one goes in. Lawrence able to get that ball back from Van Cott. Let's see the replay on that one.
Well, it was the shot from the 10-man that created this up-high rebound here. And Lawrence is able to get underneath the stick, pick it up, and finish it there. And just a great look from Lawrence. He put his fourth on the board tonight.
Quick question, Steve. If you're out of the crease, can you do that?
I don't think so.
Okay. So maybe should have been
I think that probably should have been
whistle.
Dead, with holding there. I think he thought he was further out, but I'm sure Lawrence won't complain about that one. Able to tally his fourth.
Either way, Lawrence, like you said, able to get under that stick and get the ball back as Lehi wins another faceoff and will retain possession here, looking for anything they can late in this one. Delfenich has been great for the Pioneers at the faceoff X, but unfortunately hasn't mattered much as the Vikings dominating in this one so far.
You know, again, we've talked a lot about it here. Is Lehi, you've just got to figure out something to get some momentum going. Oh, and there we go.
There
nice
it
big
is.
Long dodge.
Great shot there on the wing. Bouncers will go, as they say. Excellent shot placement there.
Yeah, big right-hand dodge down. That right-hand alley, able to get his shot off at a good spot there and just bounces and beats it right back past Tigert, who's had a phenomenal game so far. So great look there from Lehi.
Frazier getting his first of the night. The 5'10 midi playing in his senior season. Lots of seniors on both of these squads here, Steve. It's good to see both teams playing with lots of guys who have experience. Should pay dividends for him down the road.
Absolutely. And I love to see the size of these rosters as well as you see the game continue to grow, especially in Utah County. Preparing for this game and just seeing, 50 guys deep. It's great to see at the varsity level.
Nielsen with the effort there gets stopped by Taggart. We're going to have a goalie interference and a free clear.
Do we have a goalie change here?
We do.
That
is no longer Taggart. Grayson Smoot with the save on that one.
I like his awareness to understand that if he gets that up and out, he's going to get a goalie interference there. So we're going to get a Viking offensive possession here as we see some substitutes get on the field. Pioneers sending a double.
He wanted to.
He could have stuck with that.
He
probably could have generated something out of that.
Just under A minute 15 here remaining in this one. Again, Steve, I'm a possession guy. You're up big already. Get it in the hands of your fastest player and just
Get out of
do
his
circles.
Way. Yep. Don't bring an extra defenseman to him. Get out of his way. Create lanes. Let him run around. If he gets tired, we can figure something out. But if you need to burn a timeout, get him some rest, reset up. But they're going to continue to harass the Vikings here, but unable to generate.
Just got to run away if you're Pleasant Grove. Just put it in high gear and go as far as you can. That ball is going to go out of bounds, but we'll stay with Pleasant Grove. Steve, what do the next few games look like for the Vikings?
Yeah, so the Vikings have up next Weber on the 26th, 5:15 face there, American Fork, and then Cedar Valley.
Okay.
So three big games coming up here for the Vikings in the next couple of weeks.
I was at, like I said earlier, I was at that Weber game last night against Ridgeline. Based on what I've seen, should be a really great matchup. Weber with some real great players as well. Should match up pretty evenly with Pleasant Grove. So we'll have scores and analysis on that on the Utah Lax Report after that one. As we see Nielsen with just as time expires, he's gonna get that goal. Well, did the refs signal a goal there?
I haven't seen a final call yet, but he's able to dodge just down the left side here, able to get underneath and finish with a defenseman on his back. I'm not sure if they're going to count it or not, but a great effort there from Nielsen.
For all intents and purposes, we'll give it to him.
Sure, absolutely.
We'll let the scorer figure it out later.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll do it from this one. The KSL Sports Game of the Week presented by Tab Bank and Tribal West Lacrosse. Steve, player of the game.
For me, it's got to be either Stott or Taggart in goal. I think Taggart really set the tone defensively for the Vikings. I think he was able to be efficient in clearing. And also, I think Stott on the offensive side, really good. And I think he had 5 points on the night, but 4 goals. So I'd give it to one of those two guys.
I really liked what I saw out of Brinton, the junior defender for Pleasant Grove, shutting down Nielsen all night. Was really active in that first half. Just great defensive play there. Want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Again, on KSLSports.com, Game of the Week. We've got more games coming up this week. Brighton game on Friday, girls game on Friday. We'll also be doing the UVU South Carolina game on Saturday. That one starts at 2:45. 2:45 from Wasatch High School. We've got you covered in all your lacrosse needs across the state, again, at KSLSports.com. I'm Tim Haslam. Steve, thanks for joining me. Vince Francis on the camera. He was the one doing the real magic tonight. Thanks, and have a good night.